Hello, everybody. We're out here walking. How are you? How is everything in your world? I hope good. What's going on out there in the world? This is the time of year in the Midwest where it's football, fall leaves, nip in the air. Everybody anticipating the first hated snow of the fall. You talk to people from the Midwest, it's, for many people, it's not the snow or the cold so much. It's the gray, overcast sky, along with the cold and the snow. But just that weeks and weeks of grayness. And around the end of February is when you start to lose your mind a little. Right around the end of February, you start losing your mind. It's like, come on, man. Had this since, well, somebody on City Data, I was reading citydata.com, city-data. It's a very interesting website. We got great forums. People knowledgeable about their city and sharing information about different cities. If you're thinking about moving somewhere, that's a good place to go, citydata.com. I was looking for information on Columbus, Ohio, for some projects, for something I was writing. And one lady described it as, one lady described it as, she loves Columbus weather 8 months of the year. The other 4, not so much. The other 4, not so much. I was out here the other day, downtown, holding the gimbal like this. Gimbal is the thing that holds the camera. Basically straight up and down, right in front of me. Like this, kind of like straight ahead. And it's 5. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. It was really early. And this dude, I don't know. I still don't know if he was trying to be funny or if he just some kind of weird downtown dude. But he's walking, maybe he's not directly in my path. He kind of sees the camera and he moves over, lines up directly, like it was an obvious lining up directly into me, and walked straight directly into me at a pace. Like he picks up his pace a little. And he squares his shoulders. Like he's gonna walk right into me. Like this is what the entire body language was, and his speed of pace and moving over. So, sometimes people just want to be on camera. So I'm not sure. Is he one of these? And then he stops. One of those guys. One of that. No. So I don't know what it was. You never know how they were going to react to the camera. But again, it wasn't. It was 5 in the morning. Right now it's 5:36 a.m. on October 18th. This was a couple. Let's see. This is a couple days ago. Yeah, you can see it on the live. It was a live stream. This is direct to camera because I'm going to record make some recordings with this recording. I'm going to break up this recording into smaller ones. But and at the last minute I veered off. He was playing chicken and I chickened out. Because again, like if they're just goofing around, a lot of times they're just goofing around. Like, put me on camera, Mom. Somebody yelled something at me in the hood, and I didn't even know what the guy said. It sounded kind of, nasty. Oh man, that's where I want to go, up there. Well, do you think they'll cut me? Do you think they'll? There's no barrier, so I want to go up here. But I don't know if you can see, there's tents up there, and that's usually for some events, whatever the award shows. I wanted to record up here because it's quiet. Yeah, let's see until they kick me out. We'll try it. All right, let's see. Oh, nice lighting. All right. What if we went like this? Ooh, pretty good. All right. All right, listen to this story. This is a short one. A man found a 4-month-old lottery ticket in his wallet that was worth $1 million. He also found an original Mickey Mantle card, the first issue of Superman, and a piece of the cross. Guys, clean out your wallet from time to time. Wow. All right, listen. This is for Virginia. This is a Virginia story, but it probably will apply to other states as well. Virginia cracks down on overage trick-or-treaters. Virginia, let's try it again. Bloopa. Let's start farther back. All right, guys, listen to this story. This is for Virginia, but it might apply to your state, so be careful. Virginia cracks down on overage trick-or-treaters. Virginia ain't playing anymore. If you are over the age of 12, forget about trying to score some free Reese's Pieces or Twizzlers. It's now a misdemeanor for those older than 12 to wear a mask and go trick-or-treating in Virginia. 52-year-old Ollie, never too old for Reese's, from Hampton Roads, Virginia, found out the hard way. The cops surrounded him outside Mrs. Jones' house after she gave him some chocolate eggs and candy corn after he yelled "trick or treat" in front of her door. I didn't think I was hurting anybody, said the retired shoe shine man. I just love Halloween, he explained, as he adjusted the Spider-Man mask that had shifted on his face. We've been casing Ollie for a while, said Hampton Roads Police Chief Stan "The Gig Is Up." He's part of a cabal of older people who use nefarious means to gain candy intended for children. How would you like it if Mrs. Jones told your child she doesn't have any more mini Butterfingers because she gave them to people like Ollie over here? Mr. Never Too Old for Reese's sat in the back of a cruiser complaining that the handcuffs were too tight and prevented him from opening a pack of flavored Tootsie Rolls. I'm telling you guys, they're cracking down. Let's let the kids have the candy, folks. If you're out there trick-or-treating at the age of 17, don't. All right, that's not bad. Oh, we're getting a lot done out here. Getting a lot done out here. I better bang these out before I get kicked out. Hey, are you a student? Are you at a point where now you're writing essays in this calendar school year? Have you started already? Well, you will be if you haven't. So here are 3 ways to write great essays that make you say, yes, sir, that right there is a top-notch essay. Be honest. You hate writing essays. I hate writing essays. Essays are a huge pain in the You have to know a subject fairly well and be able to lay out your ideas in an interesting way that makes sense. Gosh, what a waste of time. Anyway, here are 3 ways to write some splendiferous essays so you can finally graduate and start that emo tribute band you've wanted to since 3rd grade. Number 1, prepare like a fiend. The best way to prepare is speed read the material. To do this, stare at a book while you flip the pages by real fast in front of your eyes. You should be able to ingest 25 books in under 3 minutes, taking breaks for sipping beer. Number 2, have a take. Writing great essays requires deployment of a certain amount of balderdash. In other words, have an opinion about the facts. If you feel like Winston Churchill looks like a cross between a garden gnome and the guy in the label on those whiskey bottles, well, say it. Be bold. Number 3, don't give up. Anxiety can take over your brain and keep you from doing your best work. Learn to love nervousness and laugh your way through it. You eat this kind of pressure for breakfast. Tell yourself, bring it on. You'll know you are having fun when clumps of hair start to fall out of your head from the stress. Who cares?
Hi there.
Oh, what's going on, buddy?
How are you? My name is Eric.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
That you're recording?
Oh, I'm just, I do my exercises up here. I'm walking.
Okay.
I'm doing my Fitbit. And then I also needed to record some stuff for my site, so I just recorded. It's just me. I won't put you on there first.
Okay.
And then I just came up here because it's from the road noise. But I don't have to be up here if you want me to go.
No, I'll give you a few minutes.
Yeah.
It's just that we just have a lot of transit activity and a lot of unwanted individuals here, so we just make sure we keep the building safe, and we do have a lot of equipment.
Yeah, you got your. I figured with the tents, some big TV event or some music show or something.
So, yeah, we have a lot of issues going on. So.
Okay.
All right,
I'll give it 10 more minutes. Is that right? All right. Thanks a lot, man. All right. Folks, an American icon is biting the dust. When I was a kid, it was a fun thing to do on Saturday to go to Sears with my family, with my dad, and sometimes my mom. Mostly my dad and my brothers. We'd go to Sears. My dad would be buying paint or something. What did we do as kids? We'd go to the doorbell display, and you'd ring every doorbell. Yeah, believe it or not, I don't know if they still have this in stores, but believe it or not, they'd have doorbells in the setup where you could buy different ones, and they each worked. And of course, every kid in the world would go in there and ring those doorbells. I think maybe they gave that up after I got a little older. So they were in a meeting like, all right, who came up with the doorbell thing? Oh, that was me, sir. You're fired. You're fired. So, but unfortunately, Sears looks like it's going bankrupt. They'll probably exist in some form, is my guess. But here are 3 things to buy at Sears right now before they shut down and become laser tag spaces. Before Sears breaks down and crumbles, pick up these 3 items as fast as you can. Number 1, pressure dog washer. How does Fido get so dirty? You give him a bath, and then 10 minutes outside sees him transition into a walking clump of dirt. Pick up a pressure dog washer and spray him down while you sit on the porch, empty PBRs and smoke cigars. Number 2, air compressor bike. You'll see lots of electric bikes at the beach these days, but an air compressor bike will set you apart. The handlebars house secret twin air compressors, each capable of blasting out 2,351 pounds per square inch of pressure, sending you down the boardwalk so fast your toupee will blow off your head. and into the soup of the French lady who lives on the corner eating outside on her porch. Number 3, dad jeans. Why is it so hard to find some good dad jeans these days? Sure, if you are fit and cut, it makes sense to try on some fashion jeans, but the number of fit and cut guys in America totals 10. The rest of us schlubs need dad jeans to accommodate some girth. Well, Sears has your favorite dad jean brands, including Scotch-More Room, Fat Thighs, and Belly Expander. That last one, I better run down there. Dad jeans. What if you're not a dad, but you still have the girth? I'm gonna go down there. Let's go. This is working out pretty good, actually. Oh man, this is working out pretty good. Brett Kavanaugh opens a chain of sports bars? What? That's right, beer lover and newly appointed Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh is wasting no time cashing in on his newfound fame. My team and I are announcing the opening of Kavanaugh's, a family of sports bars featuring better TV screens, unobstructed views, great buffalo wings, and of course lots of cheap beer. Kavanaugh said he has long wanted to open a sports bar, saying the first location will be in the Supreme Court lobby, offering visitors a chance to rest their feet after touring Washington, D.C. sites all day. I expect we'll open 2,000 locations around the world by the time we are done, said Kavanaugh, crying from the joy and excitement. Wow. All right, guys, a lot of people ask me for quick tips. They're like, Joe, these videos are interesting, but give me something meaty I can use in my daily life. All right, this is a quick video on 3 ways to speed up your morning shower. This will get you going in the morning and get you to work faster, more productive, more money, more promotions. Life will be better. Number 1, sleep in the jacuzzi. Number 2, install a shower head on your bed headboard. A lot quicker. Don't have to get out of bed. Number 3, call in a fire and then stand in front of the fire hoses when they're putting it out. You're going to save a lot of time. You'll get all showered up and ready to go to work. I hope that helps. You turn to me for entertainment and information, and I hope that helps. See ya. All right, let's get out of here. Let's don't overstay our welcome. He said they have lots of wacky people coming up here. I believe it. I believe it. But I never see anybody. I never see anybody up here ever. I mean, nobody wacky is what I mean. I never see homeless up here. I never see any tents up here. I never see any, shady-looking characters up here. But I believe them. They're here all day. I'm not. Well, the only people I ever see up here are people exercising or people that work here. And it's usually the food service people, the people that move the equipment. The staff that works there. Yo. Yow. Yow. That really worked. All right, see that van just cut right in front of me. Dude. That's not scary. He turned left right in front of me. A little too close there, sir. He couldn't have waited a half second. You know, I have a reasonably, look at it. No, he had to cut in front of me, endangering my life. Worst part of this little tunnel here is, as I've said many times on this channel, I hate exhaust fumes, like right on me, like right into my lungs. I hate it. That's the worst part of this tunnel, is you can't escape. See? They just come... just come firing down, and the exhaust fumes bounce off these walls. I hate it. All right, listen to this story. A post office worker busted for stealing $600,000 in stamps. What? That's right. A U.S. postal worker was recently busted for ripping off taxpayers in the form of $600,000 in stamps. He tried sticking them on his body and mailing himself. But the delivery was still late. What? Be honest with you. Be honest with you. I wrote that a week ago, I think, and I was reading it again, trying to figure out if that was actually true. What? All right. Trump said he would add tariffs to U.S. stamps until aides informed him the stamps are from his own country. But who has enough mail to use $600,000 in stamps? I mean, you gotta have a pretty big family. That's a lot of Christmas cards. The court is having difficulty seating a jury to hear the case because no one understands the question, do you ever send letters in the mail? One potential juror said, what is mail? Kanye West supported the thief by wearing a hat that said, make stamps great again. Well, that's good. But I mean, $600,000 in stamps? Do you know how many Christmas cards you could send with that many stamps? We were just talking about this. You might even include your cousin's dog this year. Dear Scamp, Merry Christmas. Or your ex. Every ex you've ever had. Dear Lisa, you're right. It was all your fault. Merry Christmas. And were these forever stamps? For $600,000, this guy should go to jail forever. The postal worker resold the stamps and spent the money on casino gambling. That's true. I also gamble every time I open a mailbox and hope my package is there. The police held the suspect in postal jail at first. Postal jail is where they keep your packages locked up when you never get them. All right, we're going to try this whole thing again. We're going to try this whole thing again. Guys, listen to this story. This is insane. Post office worker busted for stealing $600,000 in stamps. Woo! A U.S. postal worker was recently busted for ripping off taxpayers in the form of $600,000 in stamps. One rumor was he tried sticking them on his body and mailing himself, but the delivery was still late. I'm not sure if that's true. Trump said he would add tariffs to U.S. stamps until aides informed him the stamps are from his own country. But who has enough mail to use $600,000 in stamps? That's a lot of Christmas cards. Do you know how many Christmas cards you could send with that many stamps? You might even include your cousin's dog this year. Dear Scamp, Merry Christmas. Or every ex you've ever had. Dear Lisa, you were right. It was all your fault. Merry Christmas. Whew. The court is having difficulty seating a jury to hear the case because no one understands the question, do you ever send letters in the mail? One potential juror said, what is mail? Wow. So the story about this guy was he resold the stamps and spent the money on casino gambling. I understand, because I also gamble every time I open the mailbox and hope my package is there. It's true. Well, we're full of crazy news recently. Listen to this one. Frontier Airlines boots woman for bringing emotional support squirrel on plane. Here we go again. Police were called to the How's that news anchor career coming? All right, police were called to the Orlando airport when a woman accompanied by her emotional support squirrel was asked to deplane. Oh man, let's start this one. Let's start this one over. Man, I'm having problems. I'm usually one take to Ted. One go Joe. That's what the girls say. One go Joe. Are you ready, honey? Can we meet tomorrow? I think the problem is speed, not so much frequency. Well, that was quick. All right, here we go. I was fine with it. All right, here we go. Folks, all kinds of crazy stuff in the news. All kinds of crazy stuff we have to cover. Folks, all kinds of crazy stuff we have to cover in the news. Frontier Airlines boots woman for bringing emotional support squirrel on the plane. You heard that right. Police were called to the Orlando airport when a woman accompanied by her emotional support squirrel was asked to deplane a Cleveland-bound Frontier Airlines flight. Whew, that's crazy. The policia were called when she wouldn't get off the aircraft voluntarily, although she quickly changed her mind when they showed up. An airline spokesperson said, "We follow all government rules regarding emotional support animals and fully support passengers bringing allowed ones on a flight. However, we have to deny customers boarding with squirrels, monkeys, turkeys, ducks, goats, salmon, donkeys, zebras, elephants, giraffes, musk ox, and other non-approved animals." As the police rolled the lady out of the gate on a chair, her former fellow passengers cheered. "We are just glad our 2-hour delay is over," said one. "You may think we'd be glad for any delay going to Cleveland, but that is our home. I go to the park every day in Ohio City. I love squirrels and feed them often. I just would never take one on a plane. Is she nuts?" Another man commented, "This reminds me of a flight I took from New York to London. A man brought on 2 pieces of wheat toast on a plate on a tray. He said the toast was for emotional support because it reminded him of breakfast when he was a kid, safe and warm at home on a snowy winter morning in Philadelphia. I told him he probably needed the emotional support because he's a Phillies fan, but he acted like he didn't hear me." Like there aren't enough delays already at the airport. Folks, people turn to me every day for entertainment and information, but a lot of times they say, "Can you just give us some quick tips?" And here you go. So here are, if you're a cook, if you like to get in the kitchen and mix it up, but you run out of turmeric, here are top 5 alternatives to turmeric. Because we love it, man. Cooks love turmeric, it's great, but sometimes the bottle is empty. Go with one of these great alternatives. Number 1, saffron. Just spread that saffron liberally on your hair. Number 2, annatto. Well, aren't you a little firecracker? Number 3, curry powder. Just sift it right down your pants. That's how you do it. Number 4, ginger. Miss Grayson, send in my ginger, please. And number 5, cumin. Are you cumin or are you not cumin? What's it going to be? There you go. 5 alternatives to turmeric when the old turmeric bottle is empty. Helicopter. How can I work in these conditions? Knocking him out, man. Knocking him out.